Hi, I'm Charlotte, Marketing Manager at Billiard Insurance Group. We've just launched our brand new YouTube channel, and our first series is At Home with Big, where we interview Big team members to find out what working from home looks like for them. Our first interview is with Luke Prominski, Managing Partner of our Hamilton branch, where we ask Luke what working from home looks like for him, what his advice is to clients, and what he's most looking forward to when he gets back to the office. All right. I read your article this morning.
Oh, did you? Did you
Yeah, it was
enjoy
really
it?
good. I did. I think it really kind of reflects you and the way that you treat your customers and your team as well. And I think it's fantastic. Loved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean, we're really finding that well, me personally, I kind of keep in touch with a lot of industry professionals and a lot of the younger, less experienced professionals as well, is essentially in the broker channel. And yeah, what I'm finding is just a ton of negativity lately about not even not even about the pandemic itself, but more so about how they're losing money. And I really just had to kind of speak out on it because it was driving me nuts about why we're in the industry in the first place. So
Yeah, exactly. It's the
yeah,
sensitivity of, yeah, you might be losing it, but everyone around you is kind of asking those questions for you to help out
exactly.
in order to help them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people in worse spots than we are, and that's what a lot of people are forgetting is that a lot of people, they're laid off or they lost their job completely. And you know, we're very lucky to have what we have and do what we do,
Absolutely.
especially during this time. So
Yeah.
like, we're all still making money, and some people, yeah, they're not as lucky with families to feed. So
Yeah, absolutely. No, I keep saying that every day. I'm like to my fiance, I'm very happy that we have our jobs to
yeah,
pay our mortgage, and life might look a little different right now, but it's gonna get better, and we're in a lot better situation than a lot of people.
exactly.
So, okay, so we're
Yeah.
gonna get into the questions. So, Luke, what does working from home look like for you right now?
Well, I'm enjoying it. I guess there's really two sides or two parts to that question. There's both on the professional side, and then there's on the personal side as well. Um, and I mean, finding a balance, that's the most important. And the first week was very difficult for me personally, just trying to transition into the working from home lifestyle. I was in the office. I don't think I was out of the office for more than 2 days in a row in the last 3 years,
Oh wow.
um, other than my honeymoon, of course. But that's kind of my stomping ground, I guess you can call it. So that first week, it was a really big transition for me. Once I really thought about it and adjusted, and I had to change up my day to day quite drastically. So I guess professionally speaking, I'm not working a 9 to 5 anymore. That's the one thing. There's no set hours for me, being kind of a branch owner and an insurance broker and dealing with clients and stuff like that. So professionally speaking, I like to get up at 6 in the morning. I'll have my coffee, and from 6 to 9, I'm working. I'm catching up on
Mm.
emails. I'm getting my documentation done, everything along those lines. And then my daughter will wake up and I'll do dad time. And then when it's nap time, the work light switches back on. So the days are a lot longer, I find. But um, on the professional level, I'm working the same amount of hours. It's just typically when my daughter's sleeping.
Hmm.
So my clients have adapted to that, and some of them are appreciative of it as well, because they might be working night shifts and they can call me at 5, 6, 7 p.m. when my daughter goes to bed, and I can deal with them during that time when they're up from sleeping all day. So,
Hmm.
I mean, every client's different, but professionally speaking, it's been a bit of an adjustment, but we're making do. It's longer days, and yeah, it gives me, by doing that, it gives me enough time with my daughter as well, so I don't have to put her on the back burner to work.
Yeah.
So that's the professional side, and then personally speaking, I love it. You know, I get to see my daughter learn new things every single day,
Hmm.
and I get to do the honeydew list like we mentioned before. And I mean, we painted the basement, and I'm building this deck, and I got the shelving put up in my garage, like all stuff that I didn't have the opportunity to do prior to the pandemic,
Hmm.
I have the time to do so now. So professionally or personally speaking, I'm really thoroughly enjoying it.
Awesome. So, what advice would you provide to clients during this time?
To be honest, don't listen to the media. Um, Specifically for the reason that I mean, it's fortunate that a lot of our markets have started offering either relief funds or rebates to customers. Well, a few of our markets, but unfortunately speaking, the media is portrayed it in a very bad way where they're saying all companies are doing this. They're giving, hey, you could save 30% on your insurance. And truthfully, I've had clients call me wanting to increase their auto deductibles to $2,000 to $5,000 because they heard it from a non-insurance professional
Hmm.
uh, that it's going to save them money. And, and I think as brokers, we need to be very empathetic. I mean, we're insurance customers as well, too, right? Like we know the ins and outs, but we have to advise our clients correctly. For every client that's called me to increase their deductible to $2,000 or $5,000, within a matter of 10 minutes, I've talked them down to keep it at 500
Hmm.
by only using the what ifs of the world, I guess you can
Yeah.
say. Um, One of the what ifs that I like to use with our customers is 2 years ago, I had a tree fall on my car. And that's being completely honest. I had a tree fall on my car when I was parked on the street.
Gosh.
And if I had listened to a non-insurance professional to increase my deductible to $2,000, for example, I would have saved $47 per year. That $47 a year now just costed me an additional $1,500. So uh, we really need to, yeah, be empathetic and advise clients properly about what's going to work for them and what's not.
Hmm.
Um, right now, I get it. Everyone's trying to save a couple bucks because they might not be working and they're trying to lower one of their rolling expenses. And I think we need to do our best for them, but with the adequate coverage,
Yes.
right? And the adequate advice. I mean, we're the professionals. I think people should leave the insurance advice to insurance professionals. So
100%.
we're having a lot of conversations with our clients about that, and a lot of it's coverage based, and that's where service really starts to shine, and that's where service sells, and the referrals start coming in for more business, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Fantastic. So, how do you maintain a healthy work-life balance? I know you've touched on this a little bit already, but
Yeah, I mean, just changing up. The biggest thing was just changing up how I operate during the day. Um, like I mentioned, I'm working scattered hours, so I've kind of set times during the day about, um, say, I'll be working from 6 to 9, and then 11 to 1, and then 3 to 5. And if I don't get that 3 to 5 nap because my daughter doesn't want a nap, then I'll work from 7 to 9 p.m. as well. But the biggest work-life balance is just being available when my family needs me to be available and be available when work needs me to be available.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, nobody's getting shafted, I guess you can say, when it comes to my time. And I think we in general should all adapt to how our lifestyle goes on a daily basis, whether you have a family or whether you have pets or whether you have somebody who is dependent on you. Um, yeah, you just have to adapt, I guess.
Mhm.
And it was a lot quicker than any of us expected
Yeah.
to have to adapt. But luckily, luckily we had the technology in place, and um, yeah, it's just trying. You really have to think, I guess. You really have to think. Um, what am I trying to say here? You really have to think deeply about how you're going to plan your days going forward.
Mhm.
Um, I guess that's the best way of saying it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that makes
Yeah,
sense. What are you most looking forward to when you get back to kind of the new normal, as I like to call it?
this question excites me.
Yeah.
Ping pong and pizza. Uh,
Nice.
I, we spent a lot of time eating pizza, and we spent a lot of time playing ping pong when we're in the office. I mean, it's a nice way to get away from just the insurance life for a
Mhm.
couple hours a week. And yeah, we used to order pizza about 3 times a week, which is so unhealthy, but so good.
So good.
Uh, on the positive side, I'm eating a lot healthier now. But yeah, when we get back to the office, pizza for sure. Lots of pizza. Pizza is going to love us again. Uh, and no, just playing ping pong, getting together with the team, and having a little tournament or something along the lines. Get the juices flowing, I guess you can say.
Mhm.
Um, and lastly, I guess you could say, just having everyone together again.
Yeah.
I found when we had a bunch of salespeople and service people kind of working under the same roof, production levels increased dramatically, only because you have a lot of people competing with each other, and some sort of magic happens, I guess you can say, um, where yeah, it's almost like nobody wants to say it, but everyone is secretly competing with each other and trying to outperform each other and trying to outperform the ourselves of yesterday. So
Mhm.
uh, that's really first and foremost, I guess, what I'm looking forward to the most. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Luke. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to
yeah.
kind
No
of chat
problem.
with me
Yeah,
yeah, looking forward to
it's
kind of seeing what the next month holds for us, right?
yeah, exactly. It's definitely nice to see a face that's not my daughter or my wife. So nice to see you as well. And yeah, nice to catch up.
Yeah, wonderful. All right. Well, you take care,
Okay.
and
You
I'm
too.
sure I'll speak to you soon.
Yes.
Thanks, Luke.
Bye
Bye.
bye.